My favorite attraction anywhere, any park, anywhere. Indiana Jones. I love that attraction. It's literally the first and one of only 3 times in my life I felt like I was literally, quote unquote, that cliche, I'm in the movie. What I did not know until Tony Baxter walking us around the track at like literally 2 a.m, he was like, you see that slot up there on the roof of the building? You know, we were inside, so he's pointing at the ceiling. He's like, you see that slot? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know what that slot's for? I'm like, no. He goes, I wanted to have rocks. I wanted to have rocks falling on the whole audience. And everyone was like, why are you going to do that? You're going to kill everybody. It was an ice machine, but it made sheets of ice in random configurations. And they added brown food coloring to the water. So it literally, while you were, riding around on all this crazy tracks and this crazy ride vehicle, rocks were supposed to be falling all around you, except it was ice, so nobody could get hurt. Apparently, just like with NASA, sometimes if you engineer something a little too bleeding edge, it doesn't work too long. So that got shut down very soon after the attraction actually opened. I thought this is so cliche, but I thought I knew everything about Indiana Jones, and I did not know that. So that blew, and not only did I not know that, Tony Baxter is showing me that. Like, that's like Mozart teaching you how to play the piano. He's like, okay, thanks, Tony. I mean, it was like, how is this my life? So that was the first thing. And the second thing is Figment. Like, I remember Figment. Like, I've known Figment. I've known the name. If I saw Figment in a lineup, I'd be like, that's Figment. The fact that Figment was inspired, it's all about Tony Baxter today, I just realized. But the fact that Tony Baxter's sitting there watching TV and there's some random line in a Magnum PI episode, and he's like, aha, Figment, that's a great name. Those are my 2 favorite things I learned this season. We have an expression at Nacelle. We try to surround the spinach with ice cream. Now, that expression is always true, but it's the least true when it comes to doing something like Behind the Attraction, because there's really no spinach. But what it really means is we take stuff that may inherently sound not exciting or not, for lack of a better word, sexy, but we try to find a way to get this information and make it sound cool, make it fun. And, we get a lot of credit for the comedy, which is great, and I'm very grateful for it. But, we really do try to balance comedy with pathos, because I really don't think one works without the other. So if we're doing our job right, people should be getting goosebumps. And if we're really doing our job right, their eyes should be getting a little moist every now and then in between the jokes. And again, if we've done our job right, an hour feels like 25 minutes, and they're like, oh man, why was this so short? And then they look at their watch and it's been almost an hour. That's how we try to do it. Absolutely nothing would make me happier. I mean, nothing. In fact, it's funny you bring it up, because Disney as a whole, in particular Disney Plus, they're obviously, for good reason, trying to get everybody to go to Disney Plus. So when I saw, I guess about 2 months ago, that they're going to let The Mandalorian and hopefully Andor get Blu-rays, let's just say I forwarded that link to that article to a couple friends of mine at Disney Plus, and I was like, I'm just saying. So it would make me so happy. It's painful as a director cutting stuff that you believe is important. That's true for any director, anytime, any genre. Being a Disney crazy person like I am, and a director, and getting to work directly with the Imagineers, with Yellow Shoes, with everybody directly, like we would have like a 2-hour cut that I honestly think if we had put that out, it would not have been the best thing as it relates to getting a season 3. So, I mean, if we had done that in season 1, I don't think we get a season 2. Rumor has it, a lot of people on our planet have ADD, especially this guy. But I think if we did get to do a Blu-ray, we would put those, if we were allowed to, of course, we would put everything, like maybe the cut before we started cutting it down crazily, maybe we could put those out. And that would be my dream. It's a list of things, dozens and dozens and dozens of attractions and topics long. But if I could only say one, I want to do something on the cast members. I want to do something on the characters, and just really, because it's a really, one of my strongest Disney memories. It's probably tied for first place with like my first memory when that story, you know, about with my grandfather, when we did Mission to Mars 89,000 times in a row. But I will never, ever, ever forget going to Disneyland with my now 9-year-old, then somewhere between 2.5 and 3-year-old daughter. And we were watching the parade, and I'm holding her. She's, you know, I'm holding her, but she's kind of on my shoulder. And I was looking this way, and all of a sudden she's going crazy, like, Daddy, Dad. Like I jumped, like I was literally like, what? And she was like, Daddy, Donald, it's Donald. And, you know, like I'm 47. So when I go to the park, you know, I want to go to Batu. I want Rise of the Resistance. Like, and, you know, I'll see Donald walking by. I'll see Mickey walking by. And it's great and it's cool. But again, at my age, it's these crazy attractions that they make where I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go. But to see your 3-year-old daughter flipping out that of all the places in the world Donald Duck could be, he's actually right there. That's why I feel like we need to make this episode. Oh boy, I just got it. There was an auction recently, and I got one of the trays that moves around, or used to move. I don't think it's there anymore, so it probably doesn't happen. But I got, and I don't know if tray is basket. That's the right word. I have a basket from the original Anaheim, not Force Awakens, Star Tours.